Financial Style on New Style Radio 98.7 FM, making money make sense.
Across the UK were totally unacceptable, and thankfully somebody listened, because there is currently an initiative to encourage more black and minority ethnic firefighters to join the service, and I'm very pleased to say, and a very lucky girl for all the girls out there, that I've got 4 men in the studio, all firefighters who have come in to tell us what's going on and to explain to us why working for the fire service is so great. I'm going to start on my left and ask you to just introduce yourself.
I'm Paul.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
My name's Leon. I've been a firefighter for 18 years, based at Haymills Fire Station.
Lovely.
My name's Marvin. I'm based at Northfield Fire Station, and I've been a firefighter for 8.5 years.
And my name is Michael Campbell, based at Kings Norton Fire Station, and been in the fire service for over 13 years.
Right, so you're all located across the city, so it's really great to get you from all of these different fire services. So tell us a little bit about just working for the fire service. If I start with you, Leon, what was your motivation for becoming a firefighter?
Motivation, basically, I was studying to be an accountant, so I worked in an office, day release at college for 8 years. But obviously working in an office, it's the same old rigmarole, you know, day in, day out on a PC. I wanted something to do something different. My uncle is a firefighter, he's just recently retired. And basically, you know, he sold me, going out there working with different people, from whatever days you go in, you don't know what you're going to expect. You could have a fire one day, you could have an RTC, which is a road traffic collision. So basically it's just getting out there and variety in my job.
Okay, and so for yourself, Paul, I mean, just tell me, what sorts of things do you actually enjoy about being a firefighter yourself?
What I enjoy mostly about the fire service is going out and working in the community and seeing the people who I grew up around, and gaining the feedback and gaining almost like a connection with the people who were serving every day, really. Yeah.
No, it sounds really interesting. So I'm going to start pointing at people just to speed things up. So from your point of view, what would you say people don't know about firefighters and what they do?
What people don't know about the fire service is that we go out and we educate the children. So we go to school, do school visits and tell them about fire safety, road safety, about water safety. We go out into the elderly homes and obviously check smoke alarms, make sure they're safe in their homes. And we're trying to put a perspective where we let everyone know the fire service is a service that they can trust, and we're there for them. So if they need us for emergency, we're there. If they need us to give out safety advice, we're there for them. So it's all those things that they're not aware of, but what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Alongside actually just fighting fires.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. I think most people tend to just think of you running into buildings fighting a fire, but I do know there's a lot more community and camaraderie that you got. And I'd actually say I think that's probably something I find quite unique about the fire service against other of our main services. You know, you tend to find that you guys do much more of that community engagement than maybe other public services are able to do. So in terms of what this initiative is all about, obviously you guys all work within these environments, so you probably see the lack of diversity firsthand. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Whoever'd like to take it.
Yeah, there's a big push by the organisation because they understand that the fire service is underrepresented both by ethnic minorities and females, and especially ethnic minorities from the female group.
Yeah.
So there's a big push to encourage more diversity from the ethnic minority females, just to let them understand that it's a job that they can do. There's no barriers to face. There's no obstacles. It's something that they can be role models for the next generation. And all 4 of us sitting around the table here, we're all role models, and we want to help our community and make them realise that it is employment of choice.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you say is maybe the toughest part of the job? I'm going to ask a gentleman here.
The toughest part, I suppose, the dealing with fatalities and seeing the people distressed if it's their loved ones in a car crash. I mean, that would be the most distressing part.
But is there support that's provided for you in those sorts of circumstances?
Yeah, we do have like a counsellor that comes around to come around to the station if we had a fatality, and they'll visit us and they'll talk to us about it, talk us through the incident, and but it's it's all right.
What about the hours?
The hours are really family friendly. We work 2 day shifts, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m, followed by 2 night shifts, 6 p.m. till 8 a.m. So if you've got children, like I've got 3 children, I took my kids to school virtually every day apart from my 2 day shifts, so it is family friendly. Yes, we do work bank holidays and we work Christmas. It is double pay, but as I say, we don't mind being at work and helping. And I think in 18 years I probably worked 2 or 3 Christmases. The watch that you work with, your shift, your colleagues, generally we all get along, and those of you young kids, if they roster them for Christmas, the guys without kids will generally work. And let you spend time with your family, so it is family friendly.
And it's a community station as well, so I mean, a family can come down to the station if we're working and visit us anyway. So
that's actually a good point, because as I say, one of my best friends in the world is a London firefighter, and I've been to the station actually a couple of times and seen him sitting there playing PlayStation, but I thought I probably wouldn't say that. I didn't want to expose that part of the job. But as you say, I think it's one of those jobs where, because you have to react to things, I think it is important to have as much kind of up down as downtime, if you know what I mean. You need that downtime even when you are there, and I know that again there are certain things that you can find yourself getting involved in, and I suppose like any other public service, that's when maybe the shift pattern a little bit can go out the window if there's an incident, and you've got to stick around for a couple of extra hours to make sure that it's dealt with. So I think that's where the service part of it comes in. So I think you're allowed a bit of PlayStation when nothing's going on. We can't be that hard on you.
Can I also jump in?
Yeah, please.
Also to realise that the people don't understand obviously the type of pay that we get. Obviously it's a good salary. Basically, it's 30,000 for a firefighter, and as you move up the organisation, if you become like a station commander, it's like the same as a pharmacist, and as you move up and higher and higher, you get like area commander. It's the same as a surgeon or sometimes astronaut at times. Our pay is really, really good, so people need to obviously look into that.
That's a really good point, and I know there's diversity, isn't there, in the types of jobs that you can sort of start to specialise in, and different things that you do. Because again, I know, I can only reflect knowing about my friend, but I know, for example, he's a driver, and that allowed him to use his previous HGV licence that he sort of got from back in the day, just kind of working and doing other things, but he was able to combine it. So give us an idea of the sorts of different things that people do sort of specialise in.
Yeah, generally you'll start on station, practical based, and you'll generally get your qualification and learn the job basically. After like 3-4 years, there is career progression. You can move into this operational basically, which is the protection side, actually putting out the fires and the community engagement. Then you can go into headquarters, which is like the non-operational, the office space, where you can move into marketing, you can move into community safety. There's fire safety, fire investigation. As I said, they are quite. What's the word I'm looking for? It depends on your interest or what you're actually good at. You can become a trainer. If we're going to be recruiting in the autumn, if you specialise in like helping people and you've got a good practical knowledge at say RTC or trauma, which is first aid, you can go into the training department and then help train the new recruits. So there is definitely career progression.
And you brought me on to a really good point, because I was going to ask about that. So the actual training process, because I think again for some people that can be a little bit daunting if you don't quite know what to expect. What's the recruitment process like for people who are thinking, okay, maybe this could be something I can look into?
Yeah, being someone who's worked in the recruitment team previously, the recruitment really itself is quite structured and quite it's intense. We can't get away from that. It's really possibly, speak for all 4 of us here, probably the hardest thing about the job is actually getting into the job itself. And it consists of physical tests and numeracy and literacy tests, and it also includes a lot of training and a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. But what the brigade's now bringing in is kind of like what they call like an apprenticeship.
Nice.
Whereas like they train specific firefighters up, and they will be put onto stations as and when needed. So it's an ongoing process, and it's a process where the brigade's moving forward all the time, and it's not trying to stay in one kind of little position. It's trying to always grow and expand, not only the brigade itself but the firefighters. And you know, it goes back to career progression again. We're trying to create as many varied positions within the fire service as possible
and attract as many different types of people. So what about the ladies? Because I have definitely seen sort of activities when you talk about the physical side of it,
Yeah.
you know, where I don't know if you still do this sort of stuff, but I know like sort of back in the day, if you like, I've seen activities where they sort of would use like man size or type, you know, sort of dummies and things like that, and you sling it over your shoulder and you run, you know, that sort of thing. What about ladies who might think, well, I don't know if I'd have the physical strength to do this? What would you say to them?
Again, that's what the taster days are here for.
Right.
The taster days primarily are for people to come and see for themselves, to get a feel of the physical side of the job. And we'd like to remind people that you know, you don't have to be the world's strongest person, or you don't have to be, you know, a bodybuilder or, you know, 6'8". It's just a job that is quite physical, but as long as you're willing to put the work in and willing to commit your time and your physical efforts, then it's a job that's more than capable for women, for men of certain age groups, of definitely people of any kind of cultures or backgrounds. I mean, we all come from different walks of life ourselves, and I mean, I went to university. Leon studied to be an accountant. Michael and Paul may have been doing something different, so there's no kind of barriers in terms of what you can do physically or theoretically.
No, that's positive to know. And what about existing qualifications? Because again, I think sometimes people are concerned that they have to have, I don't know, certain things before they could even think about applying. Are there limitations there?
Yeah,
It's changed now, hasn't it?
yeah, basically what you're required to have is a C in your maths and your English,
Or the equivalent?
or equivalent. But again, we can work around that in terms of supporting them on the journey to get that qualifications while they're going through the process. So you don't have to have the C straight away. You just obviously, as long as you're showing that you're working towards it, then we'll support you as a brigade to make sure you obviously get the qualifications, and then help you progress in the job.
Okay, sounds good. So tell us then a little bit about this actual recruitment process and the taster days and what you're inviting people to go to.
Yeah, like we said, the first of all is the taster days, which are on the West Midlands Fire Service website, which people can freely come and take part in. And then once I guess people are interested in joining the fire service, the application process will start at the end of this year with I believe September time, and then actual training dates and recruitment process in the beginning of next year.
Got it.
So again, it's most importantly for people just to come along just to the taster days and just see for themselves, really.
Yeah, and really, as you say, it's a nice lead up, isn't it? So if there is anything that somebody's concerned with, maybe they're working towards maybe their level 2 for their maths and English, or they're thinking, oh, I might, you know, need to consider a couple of other things. There's time. It actually sounds like you've got some time to actually work all of that out before you actually get to that point of doing the application.
Yeah, it's good because at the taster days as well, there's going to be a broad spectrum of people there. So, you know, people necessarily might not think that there are women in the job, or, you know, firefighters are an ethnic minority. But at the taster days, you'll be able to go along, and if a woman, say a woman is not sure about the job, she'll be able to go down and talk to a female firefighter, and if she's got any concerns, she'll be able to dispel those rumours or myths for her, kind of thing. So it is a good idea to get down there. As Marvin said earlier, it's on the West Midlands Fire Service website, which is wmfs.net. And if you look on recruitment, or look on careers, then there's a link to recruitment. With regard to the taster days, you fill in your name, email address, and details, and they'll get back to you with the dates. I mean, I can give you the dates now of the taster days if you want.
Do, yeah.
I mean, funnily enough, there's actually one tomorrow at Canley Fire Station between 10 AM and 1 PM. Or there's an afternoon session, 2 PM till 5 PM. There's 2 at Handsworth Fire Station, right in the heart of the black community.
Indeed.
13th of August, and that is 10 AM till 1 PM and 2 PM till 5 PM. 24th of August, Wolverhampton Fire. I think that's actually Walsall, isn't it? Am I correct? It could be Wolverhampton, but maybe Walsall. But you'll have to check that online. And that's That's on an evening, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. September the 14th at my station, Hay Mills. That also again is in the evening, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. And then there's another one in the 24th of September. It just says Black Country here. I'm not sure if that's Oldbury or somewhere over that way. But again, you can. Yeah, that's Walsall. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the Walsall one then. And there's a morning session there, 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. And then an afternoon session, 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. But again, it's all on the website, so you can go on there, register, and come down and ask any questions or try out the physical test, as Marvin was saying earlier.
Yeah, to see how you fare, figure out if you need to do a little bit of training.
It should be fine.
Well, I was going to say no, and that's the thing. I know in that sense you're pretty flexible. So just to remind everybody, if you didn't catch all of those dates, wmfs.net. We will put links onto the Financial Star website and the New Star Radio website. We'll arrange for links to go on there as well, so that you can find out what all of those dates are. Get them in the diary. Pop down, ask questions, find out a little bit more. It could be, and what I would say is, you know, within the community, let's back each other up a little bit, because I know sometimes we can't all go to all things. So even if it's not for you, maybe it might be your brother or your son or a friend or a colleague that you think actually might be interested. You know, go and find out the sorts of things that they would want to know. And generally speaking, I don't necessarily think that people who don't know whether this could be a career for them as well shouldn't go and check it out, because I think this is where you could be pleasantly surprised in terms of the diversity within the role and what it can really offer you. So, you know, just to kind of give people, as I say, I know we've touched on it a little bit already, but what I'm going to ask each of you is, what one thing you might say to the listening public as a way to say to them, do you know what, I really think it's worth you taking a look. What would be your word of encouragement for them? Should we start this side, to be fair? As I keep starting that side.
I would say just come down and just see some of the work that we do, and because when you see the work, it is amazing that how we help our community, how we help the people with mental illnesses. We do a vast amount of work, and it's just something that you may think, oh, is it for me, is it not for me? But once you come down and you can see what's going on, I think you open your eyes to what we do.
Okay, great.
Again, for me, it's just the flexibility of the job, the family-friendly nature of the job, and the people who work within the fire service. I mean, once people can see all of those aspects, it's just a great motivation for people to come along and join, and it's a career that people wouldn't want to leave, I believe.
Yeah, as I said, with this recruitment drive, we're targeting all. It's quite funny. You know, I've been in 18 years, and I'll still tell people that I'm a firefighter, and they'll be like, "What? There's black firefighters?" You know, there's firefighters of all creeds, you know, sex, religion, race, and it is a job for everybody. So, and as someone was saying earlier about being a mentor, a lot of black youths don't necessarily think that this is a job for them. You know, and we're here to create a presence, and you know, if you want to come and speak to your own, ask questions to your own, then, as I said, we'll be down at the Taster Days. We're more than welcome to answer any questions you've got. But as I was saying before, it's not just obviously we are targeting underrepresented groups, which is the, you know, BME and females, but this job is open to anybody, and it's the best job in the world, basically.
I like that.
No, it is the best job in the world. To me, it's helping people and going to work and not knowing what to expect. You know, incident it might turn out to. I mean, I've been doing it 17 years now, and it took me 8 years to get in, and it was well worth it. Definitely well worth it. Yeah.
No, that is brilliant. And do you know what? Nobody actually mentioned this, but I'm going to say it. I think there's a lot of things that we do in life that can be considered jobs. The great thing with the fire service is this is a career, and this really does allow you to have a career path. The coin and complain. Actually, you find that, you know, outside of the service and the people that are connected to those within the service also get a sense of what the service is all about. So it's a great career opportunity. We're going to be hearing from these gentlemen a little bit later on in the year. as this recruitment process continues. We will ensure that all links are posted onto our various websites. Do check it out, wmfs.net. Get the dates, get them in your diary, drop them a line to say, I'm coming, with a big smile, and get yourself down there with all of your questions. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you a little bit later on in the year. I might just pop down there, you never know. Might see if I can lug a few bits around myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.